One morning, a man named John Sullivan found himself walking along a street downtown. He could not explain how he had gotten there, what he was doing there, or where he had been earlier. As he continued his way down the street, he came to a woman who was checking her watch. He walked up to her and said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm sorry, I seem to have forgotten my watch. Can you tell me what time it is?" But when she took one look at him, she screamed and ran. John could not understand what happened. He thought to himself, "There must be something wrong with her. Something must be upsetting her. I'll go find someone else and surely they will help me." But the more he continued down the street, the more he realized that other people were afraid of him as well. People would flatten themselves up against buildings and run across the street just to get away from him. John was becoming more afraid than ever. He thought, something must be wrong with me. Something must be seriously wrong. Better get a cab to take me home so I can straighten this whole mess out. So he hailed down the nearest cab he could find and walked up to it, but the second the driver saw him, he sped off down the road away from him. John was even more upset than he was before. He thought to himself, "I better call my wife. Hopefully she'll be able to come and get me out of this whole horrible mess." So he walked down the street even more until he came to a telephone booth. He went inside it and dialed his home number. But the voice that answered was not his wife's. He asked, "Who is this? Can I speak to Mrs. Sullivan?" The voice said, "No, she is at a funeral. Mr. Sullivan was killed yesterday in an accident downtown."